everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to New in Town. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I apologize for no episode last week. I was very into building the North Mountain over in Orgelcraft for an upcoming project, so that was taking all of my time. We did not get to New in Town, but I am back this week, and I am really excited for what we are going to be doing today. We are starting the largest expansion to this world that I have done to date. So I mentioned in a previous episode that there are several add-on resource packs by creators other than Kinokarab, and there's some really, really cool things that go along with all of these expansion packs. Some are just aesthetic packs, and others are actual functional structures. And one has some pretty cool mechanics that add some really neat things to the game. I've been playing around with it a little in my test world. But let's take a look at everything that has been added on here. So, the first thing that we have is Fusion MC's Extra Roads, and these are all just different road structures. There's dirt road, there's a stone road, and then there's a brick road, and then there are crossroads for all of those. And these are really, really cool. They are the same size as the normal plots. If I can find, where's our bridge? Yeah, so these are the roads that were added by Kinokarab. The ones in this pack basically have like a double lane. They have one that goes down one side, one that comes up the other side, and then like a little greenery area in the middle. And I think they're going to be really nice. We're not going to use any in this town. In fact, I don't know that we're going to be using any of the aesthetic packs here in our original town, but we're going to be doing some expansions. So that is the first one. Project Zoo is one that I'm really looking forward to. I don't think we're going to get started today, but this allows us to build a number of different animal enclosures and gives us all of the some of the more rare creatures. The Undead Barn is really, really cool, but I'm going to save that for later. You can guess what that is. This is the aesthetics. We've done all of this. Bloomin Town recipe. This is a spring-themed pack that adds a rabbit pen, an apiary, a greenhouse, and a flower shop. Really, really nice add-ons there. Skunk Monkey's custom aesthetics. These are some different things. So there are some nice fountains, there are some specialized buildings, and then there are some shrines to different animals. And the last one is was this one, Victoria Ricky's Harvest add-on. So this adds some different foods to the game, sort of. You'll see when we get to it. But some really cool buildings, and this is the one that has really kind of a neat aesthetic to it. So I think what I want to do today, we're gonna do a couple of different things. I do want to work on another custom structure. I think I want to get the library built today. But I would like to get started on a new town and one of the packs. I haven't decided exactly which one I want to work on yet. So what I'm going to do is I am going to figure out where I would like to build a town. We have a couple of places that are possibilities. Out here in the mountains, I think we built a station out here, and so this would be a good possibility to build one of the towns from here. And then we have our desert town, which is finished and completely walled in, that we did for the raid. But I'd like to do a few others. I think that I'd like to have one town centered around the harvest add-on, one town around the spring add-on, and then one town almost exclusively for the zoo. So let me do a little bit of scouting around, figuring out where we might want to build some villages, and then we'll get working on the railways to those towns. railway station complete with our new town all set to go. And I think we're actually going to end this off. I'll have to figure out exactly what I want to do, but this I don't think we're going to have extend anywhere else. But we will deal with that in a little bit. So, oh, that's a very, very big painting. And that's too small. Apparently, I only get ridiculously large. Or there's spiders. That'll work. Right, town planner? Right. So, we are out here. I wanted to be able to have the dark oak forest so we could get the regional outpost. I also wanted to have a nice proximity to the village that is on the other side of this forest here. So, I am not the brightest person in the world. So I said this was the big update. Well, I went and found that there was a new version of New in Town itself. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll have to update this and, keep up to date on everything. So I updated, and I discovered that the star dial that I used to affect the time wasn't working. Well, that's because the newest version was not compatible with the version that I was currently running, so I broke everything. Now, fortunately, I was able to downgrade back to the version I had been on, and so everything's all good, everything's fine, and everything works. We just will not be able to get all of the upgrades in this world, and I don't know, maybe that'll be New in Town Season 2. So, anyway, yeah, make sure you read your change logs before you download upgrades. That's all I'm saying. So, what I want to do over here is I want to build a road that kind of goes through the center of this town, and then we'll build buildings along the side of that. So I think what we're going to do is I think we are going to do the dirt road here, and I think we're going to do a couple of those and then a crossroad. So let's get that built. So that should be our recipe. There it is. So we get this nice little path here with the trees in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and build another one of those right here. I do not think I have enough. Well, I don't think I made enough lanterns. I brought enough lanterns. There we go. And of course it's nighttime. I keep stealing this poor villager's bed. And then, last but not least, we will build a crossroad, which gets a nice large tree in it. So, yeah, so this is the road, and there's a villager over here. Hi. Were you up there? Did I just destroy your house? I apologize if I did. That was not my intention. One of the other consequences of not being able to upgrade is the zoo expansion. We may not be able to do. I have to play around with that a little bit more, but that was upgraded to work with the latest version of New in Town, so we might not be able to do it. But we will leave that for another project. I said that's not something we're going to do today. What we are going to do today is get the spring expansion, let's see here, up and running. So, we've got the rabbit pen, the apiary, the greenhouse, and the flower shop. So those are going to flank the roads on either side here. And so I think let's do the rabbit here, the rabbit pen here, and the greenhouse, and then on the other side we'll do the apiary and the flower shop. So let me get those built, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Welcome back. As you can see, we have a little bit of a town growing up around here. So, we have our little rabbit pen where we have a bunch of rabbits hopping around. We have our rabbit tender, and we can trade raw rabbit for gold or gold for cooked rabbit. Over here, we have this nice little greenhouse, which has a bunch of different plants glowing in it. Growing in it, and we have a nice spore blossom up here. I have particles turned off. There we go. And then we have our gardener over here, so we can change bone meal into seeds, which is not overly useful, but what is really nice is for gold, we can now get all of the different types of leaves. So that's going to be really nice if we ever want to build with any kind of leaves. Over here, we have the apiary, and I think this is such a cool little structure. You've got the honey, you've got the honeycomb blocks, and then inside you have a beehive and a couple of bee nests in there. Reverse those two. And there are some bees in there, plus there are campfires under those, so we can harvest from them. And then we have a beekeeper over here who will trade us for honey, so that's pretty nice. And then lastly, we have the flower shop, and we have this nice little garden here with a bunch of different potted plants. And if we go inside, we've got some candles, we have another spore blossom up there, and then we have the florist who only trades for dandelion and poppies. I'm wondering if this is one that, as I were to trade with a little bit more, we could get some more flowers. So that's something we'll have to look into, and of course I don't have any gold on me. So yeah, but this is a cool little expansion. I like these buildings, I like the way all of them look. And so then down here at the end of the town, I want to build a couple of structures. I think we're going to build a homestead, definitely going to build the regional outpost, and then I might do a farm plot. Not quite sure what else would be appropriate for a little village out here. So I'm going to go figure out what I want to do about all of that. I'm also just going to say right now, we may not get to a custom build today because of all the stuff with the updates not being compatible, which also there was a slight compatibility update with this. They all built just fine and they all seem to work just fine, but they didn't consume the materials like they were supposed to, so I got rid of the materials. I didn't save anything from that. But yeah, so just something to be aware of that there. If you're playing this and happen to be doing any of these expansions, there could be a little bit of an issue with the update. So yeah, so let me get together and the materials that I need for the houses that we're going to build here, and then we'll get this finished. Welcome back, everyone. I have made a little bit of a modification to the end of our railway station here, so a couple of bigger windows, and then just kind of ended off the track right there. I do need to replace this with a button. Actually, we can do that right now. And that will be easier to go with. And I've decided we're going to do five buildings right at the end of the square here. I thought that would kind of round things off a little bit better. So we're going to do a couple of regional outposts. We're going to do a homestead. We're going to do a lumber mill and a farm plot. And I have all the things that I need for that in here. So let's go ahead and get that started. So pretty basic here, and I just need to find the book. So let's go ahead and put the farm plot over here, and with the water bucket, there we go. So there is our plot, and all the crops broke. Awesome. We'll have to replant that. That could be a unfortunate byproduct of the mistake that I made, but I think everything is still functioning pretty well. So let's go ahead and pop all that in there, and then I'll come back and replant this. There we go. And then let's go to the other side of the square. And I think we might want to do is I want to grab some more fence posts. I think I might have left them back. But just to kind of finish that off right there. But yeah, so let's come over here then and build our lumber mill. 4, 16, and 8. What's going on? Ah, there it is. There we go. So we've got our lumber mill. Now, it does look like we may be about to displace this villager up here. Yeah, hopefully that will be okay. But that's all right, because you know what? We're going to be building you another house. So it'll be wonderful. Yeah, let's build that homestead next. And this should give us our homestead. Very nice. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Villager, since I displaced you early on, we're going to go ahead and move this bed down to the ground floor. And you can live here. All yours. Where did you go? Mr. Villager? Hello? I don't know, but there's a pig over here. I don't know where the villager went. He disappeared. Oh, well. All right, and then we just need our 2 regional outposts in here. There's 1 regional outpost. And we'll come over here and get the other one built, except that I don't have enough wood on me. And that should do it. There we go. So let's see what our trader here has to offer. Dark oak saplings, mushrooms, and dark oak logs. Very, very nice, and I imagine we'll be getting those same things from there when this comes, when it hits noon. There we go. Also, villagers, let's go ahead and put these campfires out because, you know, villagers. All right. And it looks like that house, yeah, was completely cut off. So, a couple other things that I want to do here before we wrap this up. I want to trade with some of these villagers and see if they unlock any more trades. So I was kind of curious about our florist here. If we level him up a little bit, let's see if this unlocks any more trades. It does! Look at that! So now we can get flower pots and... yeah, I wonder what other things we will be able to get. And I wonder if this is also going to be the case for some of our other villagers here. Florist whispers to you, if you fix up the garden outside, it will grow flowers every day. Really? What does that mean? Whoops. I don't know what that means. Does that mean taking care of the grass? This just appears to be giving me seeds. Interesting. But let's go ahead and trade up a little bit more. And what is the next level? Oh, look at that. Blue orchids, alliums, oxeye daisies, cornflowers. It looks like we'll be able to get most of them. I'm going to trade these back. And then let's grab some of my favorites. And then let's see what happens when we get all the way through. We can trade rooted dirt, and it looks like we get all of the flowers there. I need to put some stuff away. Hang on a second. I'm a little concerned I'm not going to have enough gold for all of the trading I want to do. But I assume if we go down here, let's see, what's the biggest trade we can get? These all look like they're about the same level. So let's get a ridiculous amount of alliums. And what do we get on the final level? Oh, our 2 tall flowers. Very cool. So now we have a way to get our flowers, so that's pretty nice. Let's see, what about our beekeeper? If we trade some of that in and then trade it back do you... Oh, you do have some new trades. Interesting. You appear to just have regular fisherman trades. So... Oh, nope, they updated. Here we go. Yeah, so we can now get some honeycomb, which will be nice. Oh, and look at this. We got resources. So we got bee spawn eggs, we got honeycomb, honey blocks, very, very nice. And you've now upgraded, and we can now get these blocks. Oh, this is going to be a very nice addition. Campfire, we can get candles, excellent. I have run out of... Yeah, it seems I have run out of gold. And going back and forth only goes so far, but we'll do what we can. Let's see, that looks like it's a pretty good trade. And that'll get you up to master level, and we can get some emeralds. All right, not great, but emeralds are good. So let's go around. Our resident villager has decided to be a farmer. And this guy's actually moving around. Okay, so let's get some of this. So we can get some cooked rabbit there. And now we move up to rabbit hide, and I don't have the gold for this. And so then I'm wondering if this one will upgrade. It does say he's a novice, so I'm curious what this would be. Let's see. Nope, doesn't look like there's any XP gained on this, so that's all we're going to get from that. But that is really cool. So I think I'd like to put a wall around this, but it's going to take some terraforming up here at the edge of the town. And we may not need to wall all the way around if we're just going to use natural land barriers. But unfortunately, if I want to get this episode out on time, I need to start editing now because I need this episode to come out in 2 hours. So not quite what I had planned on today, but a really fun little expansion. I'm looking forward to doing more of this in the future. And I think this is a really cute little town. I really like how all of this turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.